Hi everyone. Today I'm going to be engraving something a little different, and that is a cut crystal wine glass. It has a blank area on the front, which is an area nice and smooth for engraving, and that I would normally be putting a company logo, a name, or some short few words, maybe for a golf prize or something like that. But today I'm going to add some flowers. Now, I think the reason I wouldn't normally do that is because you've got all this geometrical pattern in the background, and I wouldn't want to distract from whatever I'm putting on in the front. If it's just lettering and maybe a logo, it's not that serious. But when you've got delicate flowers and that sort of thing, then it could be distracting. Anyway, I'm going to give it a go. And I have got here a little rough, there we go, a little rough sketch I've put on there of some lily of the valley and a bow. So lily of the valley and a bow, that's all, and perhaps it'll be absolutely fine. Okay, let's have a go. So first burr in the drill is a little Dura white, roughly going over my very scratchy drawing, which is nothing like a lily of the valley. Looking at those little tentacles hanging down, that's all wrong, so I'm just leaving them out. Just putting some basic shapes in, and big old leaves, and a nice big bow. Now this glass it's not the most expensive crystal, that is for sure. And nearer the rim, it's a little bit fine, so you've got to be careful. A nice little tip is if you are using a cloth that is actually full of glass dust, like mine is, and a little bit of water, it actually is quite good for taking off a permanent marker. Anyway, I have got a diamond burr in the drill now. And in a moment, I am going to let you hear the sound. As I say, this glass is not that expensive, and near the top it is relatively fine. But I did not like the sound that I was hearing. Over the years, you get to learn the different noises that burrs make. That is really, really sharp. It's a shrill, shrill sound. So that tells my ears that it's a little bit vulnerable, so I don't press too hard. I find that if you hear that really, really shrieking sound and you press too hard with a burr, it will crack the glass. But honestly, I don't want to scare you guys, just engrave the glass, all right? You learn as you go along. And I think, as I was doing this, I thought to myself, no, I'm going to do a video at some point that has all the different sounds of the different burrs. And maybe I can manage to record sounds to watch out for, and good sounds. That's a weird thing to think of, but it's true. You get to know so much after many years of engraving. Your drill speaks to you. Or is it the glass that's speaking to you? Anyway, let's get on with it. I'm putting in these funny looking flowers, which are a very simplified version at the moment, certainly, of lily of the valley. But this is not a bad crystal, and it's showing up really, really nicely. It's engraving better and better as I go towards the bottom, which is slightly thicker. And that's why I put the bow at the bottom, because that is a much thicker glass, and we can just gouge away and go to town with it. I'm not pressing very hard. I had pressed harder where the fold of the leaf is in the front. But then for the main part of the leaf, I'm going relatively lightly simply because of the vulnerability of the glass being that bit thinner and not sounding too good. So deeper on the front edge and then softer on the back. So it all blends together now, but there is a bit of a ridge there, which I will pick up later. I'm running this video, at least most of it, at twice the normal speed. Then this is a little green stone. Just a small one, and you can see how it's creating a very nice half tone from the lower part of the leaf going upwards. And because it's a thin little burr, it's creating a more linear effect, which is what I want. Turn the glass to get more comfortable. Now you'll notice that I'm dragging this all the way down. I'm not really bothered about the bow at the moment. A lot of my leaf effect and stalks have just gone straight through where the bow is, but I will be obliterating all that once I put the bow in. So here is my rubber, and I'm just running over the darker areas. This is a really, really simple little design that you can do so quickly. A great little gift for someone. And that's another diamond in the drill, a little bit smaller. Here I have got obviously a very small diamond, and I'm just adding the little stalky bits. Do remember to join the stalk to the flower. As I've mentioned before, so many beginners seem to leave a little gap for some reason. I've never known why. But make it go into the flower. I'm just doing these tiny little curled up edges. The real ones actually have lots of lots of little petals, but this is okay. It's a Lesley Pyke, lily of the valley, and it appears to only have 3, but it doesn't matter. You can add as many as you want. Going pretty deep on these ones over the leaf. It's important that they are very much in the foreground. Just blending in the little extra. You know, when you're adding something to the end of a petal or a leaf, it's important to blend it backwards with the rest of the item. Finishing off the bottom of the stalk, flattening it off and blending backwards. Out with a jolly great big diamond burr, and this is the beginning of that obliteration process where I just take out whatever I have engraved over the top of the bow in the way of the stems and that, and in a millisecond it's all gone and is now the bow that is in the front of everything. This is a very, very basic bow. There are many, many ways of creating bows with lots more sort of folds and ripples and double bows and twisted ends, but I've just done a very basic bow. Here, very, very lightly filling in the inside and keeping the flow of the engraving to that sort of rounded movement, so that if you can see anything at all in the strokes, you see it in the right shape, and that is the shape of the bow going backwards. Keeping the ends of the end of this bow light, as in I haven't engraved deeply because it is behind the front of the bow, so you don't want to be going too deep. Have that little, well, a slightly smaller diamond in the drill. Just neatening it up a little bit more. Now with my grey rubber, it doesn't matter if the rubber goes over the edges of whatever's in front of that area, if you know what I mean, because if you want to brighten it up again, just grab a diamond and go over it again. Here I'm just adding a few more rough ridges that are just picking up the light and adding a bit more dimension to the bow. This is my little green stone. I just wanted to neaten the edges a little bit. I want to put some smaller detail in, so I'm flattening the blunt edge of this. It's not a rat's tail, it's just a sort of a fat. You can see my little test glass there. It's fatter than a rat's tail, but same sort of idea. You've got the diamond going down the edges of it. Now this was funny. I did have my glasses on, but I picked up this burr thinking it was the green stone because it's the same shape and similar color, but it is a rather funny old rubber. You can see this is the green stone, quite similar, and a softer tone than the diamond. And then just grabbing the little rubber to darken it a bit more. This is the tail of the leaf that was not included in the bunch. What a sad little tail. It didn't get tied up with the ribbon, but it's there, and it's there forever. Black rubber disc to add a bit of darkness. It's not absolutely necessary, actually. You could already see that was a sort of the inside of a bow, no problem. It doesn't look too bad with the cutting going on in the background. It's quite different. Well, yeah, I don't mind it. It's okay. I wonder what you think of it. Thanks for watching, guys. Until the next one. Bye for now.